Minutes now before the hour, and Jesse Cleveland joined us for a few minutes this morning. And Jesse, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I am very well, and know that you are. And we're talking this morning about a big event that's going to take place over at Harvey's on Noble. And if you haven't been to Harvey's on Noble, it is a grand place for a function. And Coosa Valley Medical Center is sponsoring Making the Right Call, a men's health challenge, and that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. And it's a challenge for us men to stay healthy.
Has always been a challenge because we don't pay very much attention to our health. We first of all think nothing's going to ever happen to us, that whatever it is, we're going to overcome it. We do not take preventive care of ourselves when it comes to medicine or our health. We generally wait until things get out of hand before we decide to see a doctor. So there are so many reasons why it's a challenge to us, Jimmy, and we just need to move away from that. We need to kick that old habit that we've been so used to as men or as a male, and see if we can change the course of trying to make ourselves healthier each day.
This event, the Men's Health Challenge, sponsored by Coosa Valley Medical Center. Coosa Valley Medical Center, the largest employer in our city, and they've been a cornerstone in this city for a long time.
Yes, they have. And I'm happy to be involved with that cornerstone. Of course, I've served in some capacity on that board since 1980. Currently,
gosh, you stayed young, Jesse.
Well, and that's a good thing. Hopefully, because I took care of myself pretty good. And we'll talk about that a little if we have a chance. But it's so important that when you have been involved with that particular industry, as long as I have been involved in some capacity or the other, you begin to have that aha moment. We're just not doing what we need to do as men. We need to treat our families a little bit better than we do, because generally so goes the health of the male or the breadwinner in that household. So goes that household in many cases. I'm not saying it's always that way, but I would guarantee you probably 8 out of 10 cases it's that way. So goes the male who is the breadwinner. So goes the condition of that household, the style of living that you're comfortable with. It generally changes. And generally, if there are younger people in the household, and sometimes they don't have to be younger people, if something happens to that male and the wife or the female in that house is working, generally they have to stop that work to take care of that man, depending on the situation.
Stan White, the former great quarterback at Auburn University, and Tyler Watts, the same at Alabama, they're going to be at this event, and that's going to be good with them being here. But all those health screenings and stuff for us guys, it's imperative, as you mentioned, we take care of ourselves, and we can have a good time doing it.
Oh, by all means. And like you said earlier, you're going to be in a nice place. You're going to be down at Harvey, sitting on Noble, which I think that's a good choice to get it away from the medical center, to sort of get it away from some places out in the boondocks somewhere, and put it right here in the middle of town, so we can have a chance to go enjoy ourselves and see these two great guys who are quarterbacks. Have some snacks to eat on, a little dinner to eat.
I saw this, and I did kind of a triple take on it. A $10 donation.
$10 donation.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a $10 donation. It's going to take care of everything. Your food, your beverages is going to take care of all of the screenings that you're going to get. We have some 8 or more screenings that you would be able to get while you're there. You're not going to get a better price on that from any place. Yeah. And we're encouraging folks to come.
Talk about some of the screenings that's going to be offered. Of course, they'll get your height and weight and check your blood pressure and all this kind of stuff. But it goes further than that with a sleep lab, and Coosa Valley Medical Center has a wonderful sleep lab facility on the campus there at the hospital.
Yes, they do. unfortunately, that's a place I probably need to be in. I have a terrible time sleeping, and I'm here talking about men's health, and to me, that's one of the places that I feel right now I need to take advantage of, because so goes my sleeping habits. So
it affects a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, throughout the day. Keep me from wanting to crawl over in a corner in the middle of the day and take a nap. Wasting time in the middle of the day doing that thing. So if I was sleeping good at night, I wouldn't feel that way in the middle of the day. Gives you a better appetite. You're not so tired all through the day. And if you work, you come home, you're ready to get in the yard and do some stuff, get in the garden and do some stuff, get on the golf course and do some stuff, or whatever stuff you like to do. That gives you an opportunity to do stuff rather than sitting in the house sleeping and being all drowsy and that kind of thing.
Two, there will be offering health and fitness information, and I saw this week where a health and fitness guy who was running. I mean, he was really into it. He was running, and he died of a major heart attack while he was running at 52 years old. We never know what's ticking on the inside of us.
No, we don't. No, we don't. This is, if you recall, some years ago, as an athlete, as a child athlete, a young boys athlete, you used to be able to go out on the football field and sign up and say, I want to play football, and they were never physical. But consequence to that, there have been a lot of folks who died, a lot of young people who died practicing, getting prepared, getting their bodies prepared to play the game of football and other sports. So now, here again, even as a youngster, and you got to have that physical. You got to have that checkup to see what's wrong with you before you get into some of the strenuous activities. Well, men the same way. Before you choose to get out and walk and choose to get out and start jogging, you need to check your doctor to make sure that you are healthy, and to make sure that you're prepared to do those kinds of things.
The Men's Health Challenge, sponsored by Coosa Valley Medical Center, will be at Harvey's on Noble. It'll be Tuesday, June the 26th. Starts with the health fair and the pre-game appetizers at 5. The dinner will be served at 6. And, of course, Stan White and Tyler Watts will both be there to speak. And $10 donation. And you can call 256-401-4070 for more information. That's 256-401-4070. And I understand that the medical staff is going to be on hand there to answer some of your questions too.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's imperative. I think it's imperative that the medical staff is there to give you guidance. They're not going to be there to tell you what to do, but to give you guidance if you have questions. And I like to emphasize again that at $10, that's really a steal.
You think $10 could actually be a part of saving your life if they see something in these tests that concern them? Right,
and it goes a little further than that. We're encouraging industries and business to see if they can purchase a table of 8, so that they can keep their guys together. And I know it's a men's health fair, but you know who takes care of men's health? Do you really know who takes care of men's health? Generally, it's the female. It's the wife.
Because we don't go, right?
Or significant other. No, it's the female. She's going to take care of herself. She's going to take care of the children in the household to make sure that they are taken care of as they grow up. And it's we guys. So I'm encouraging. It may not sound right today, but I'm encouraging the wife or the significant other in that man's life to get involved in some way. Badger him to death until he goes to the doctor, until he decides that he's going to have himself checked on, get a checkup. I wonder how many men is listening this morning, or how many ladies out there are listening this morning who know that they have, or the female will know that he has not had a checkup in the last 5 or 10 years, or 12 years, or perhaps never had one. And let's get up off the couch and make that kind of thing happen. It's This cardiovascular disease is tough among men, and this is another opportunity to have yourselves checked, check on cardiovascular. Men are more likely to die 5 years earlier than their counterpart, the female. Now, this is statistics, and if you believe in statistics, then you need to follow statistics, and let's take it and do something with it. We just lag behind, in other words, and that should not be.
Jesse Cleveland, our guest this morning, and he's a part of the Coosa Valley Medical Center board, and everybody there wants to invite men to be a part of this event. Heart disease, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. We don't want to think about these kinds of diseases, but they're killing men.
Well, 10 years ago, and I think this is when I really began to get turned on to being an advocate for men's health, because I discovered I had cancer 10 years ago, and it was because I was going to the doctor every 6 months. And it's because once the doctor saw something going wrong with my body, he decided that I should come back the next month and get myself checked again. Then my problem was still elevating. Then come back the next month. So I went back 3 months in a row till we decided that we better do some biopsy here. And discovered, yes, I did have cancer. But I am going on 9 years now cancer-free because I caught it in time. I got it in time because I was going to the doctor. And then my doctor asked me, would you mind me telling other men about your situation? If they have a problem, would you mind me telling them to call you to see how you handle your situation? I've had a few to call. And I guess I felt like the good master must have saved me, had me to stay around a little bit longer for some reason. And if this is one of the reasons why to be an advocate of men's health, then I'm going to take full advantage of it. Yeah. You just never know.
Why is it, Jesse, that we as men think that we're invincible? We don't want to have these tests. Honestly, we're talking to guys, we don't want to have that stuff done. It takes time out of our day, and it's kind of it can be kind of embarrassing to us, and we just don't want to be a part of that. But on the inside of us could be a ticking time bomb.
Yeah. That's a very good question, Jimmy. Why we think nothing will happen to us? Why we think we're invincible when it comes to our own health? And maybe it's an issue that is much older than we will ever be. Maybe it's an issue that goes back in history when we felt like men are to be men are to be healthy, men are to take care of their families. But you can't do that if you get sick. Just one little thing that can happen to you cause your family to take care of you and not take care of you taking care of your family. And here again, things now are more prevalent than they were years ago. Let's understand that we got all this great technology out here now to be able to help us to determine our health much earlier than we did 40, 50 years ago. So we really do need to take advantage of what we got at our hands.
This health initiative, the Men's Health Challenge, will be at Harvey's on Noble, and it is going to be on Tuesday night, next Tuesday, June the 26th, and it's located right there on North Anniston Avenue, and it's a beautiful place to have an event like this. There will be a health fair and the pregame appetizer beginning at 5 o'clock. The speakers will begin and dinner served at 6, and Stan White, the former Auburn great, and Tyler Watts, former Alabama great quarterback, will be there speaking. And these kind of guys, men will more listen to, hopefully.
Hopefully. that is hopefully. And I'm advocating that even younger males, even down in high school, the best time to start taking care of your health is when you're young, and you make a habit of it. if you start doing it at the age of 16, 17, 18, 19, make it a practice early to visit the doctor, to take care of yourself. You already have a start, especially if you're an athlete, because you got to have these checkups and those kinds of things. So I'm advocating that younger people get on out. See if they can find $10 from somewhere to come out to be part of this, or get a sponsor to support them in going out to be part of what is going on.
Is whites versus African Americans, is there studies shown that one or the other is more susceptible to these types of diseases in males?
Well, I know prostate cancer, without a doubt, are more susceptible in African American males than they are in any other segment of your groups, whether it's white, male, female, or whether or not you are different from a different country. I should be saying it is the American, the African American male here, right here in the United States, are more prevalent, are more apt to have prostate cancer. Well, probably suicide would run real high among white males because depression happens more in the white male than it does in the African American male. I'm thinking probably heart disease. Now, heart disease, you can find it in any particular segment of your race. That is white male versus African American male. But I'm thinking that it probably run a little bit higher in the white male than it does the African American male. The African American male journey in the long term, because of historically what they have eaten, the type of food that they consume, really leads back to this prostate cancer that's so prevalent among us. As young men coming up, the kinds of food we eat coming up, I think has a lot to do with it. The food with a lot of fatty tissue in it, and which is not good. And we learn those kinds of things when we go and get involved in programs such as this. Get involved with seeing your doctor earlier on. Let's see if we can turn this thing around. If we can't turn it around, at least let's stop it in its feet, in its track to make sure it doesn't get any worse than what it is.
Coosa Valley Medical Center provides so many services that can help males and females be healthy and stay healthy.
Yes, and that is true. And Coosa Valley Medical Center is involved in every aspect of your community. They have been movers and shakers in this community ever since its existence, and perhaps more in more recent years than early on. Because here again, I have a track record with them. I have a track record that dates all the way back to 1980, and we're talking about 32 years. That's a pretty long time. And I watched the transition, so to speak, as how they have moved from just being a member of the society to being a real part of society, getting involved in society, getting involved in this community and the surrounding areas to let people know that we're here and we're here to make you healthier. And we need to listen to that. They're out there doing it for a reason. Hey, not just to get patients in the hospital, but we gotta eat too. Our people, we gotta provide employment for the people in the area, but we also need to keep a very healthy community, which we all should advocate.
Make the right call, men. It's a men's health challenge. Sponsored by Coosa Valley Medical Center. Stan White, the former Auburn quarterback great, along with Tyler Watts, the wonderful, great quarterback over at Alabama several years ago. They're going to be the speakers at Harvey's on Noble, and that's on North Anniston Avenue. It'll be Tuesday, June the 26th. The health fair and pregame appetizers start at 5. The speaking and the dinner begins at 6. $10 donation. Now, guys, you're not going to beat this for food, entertainment, and get your health checked. I mean, what greater deal can you have than that? And we're just doing everything we can to make sure that men get involved in this.
Right, absolutely. And don't forget, Jim Dunaway is going to host this.
Oh, yeah. CBS.
Yeah. Jim Dunaway will host this with Watts and with Stan. And we're encouraging men to get off the sofa on Thursday. Let's get out of the yard on Tuesday. That is. Let's get off the sofa. Let's do something that may be life changing for you on Tuesday, and come on down to Nobles and see what we can do to help you to change your lifestyle.
Of course, health screenings including your height and weight and blood pressure checks and blood sugar and sleep lab and PSA testing, and they'll do a body mass index on you, and they've got all kinds of testing that they can do. This health screening is provided through Coosa Valley Medical Center. Medical staff will be available for consultation, so men, be a part of that. $10 donation, and if you need more information, call 256-401-4070. And Jesse, thanks for being with us this morning on Daybreak.
Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, Jimmy, to come in and be on your show.
See the brightness of the early morning, right?
Absolutely. But this morning, however, I'm really proud to be here for what I'm here to say and do this morning. I think maybe it's a calling. I don't know. It could not be. But if it is, then I'm going to do what I can to advocate men improving their health. If it's not, I'm going to still be out there doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Making a difference in people's lives. More on Daybreak coming up in just a minute.